Hey everyone, this is an introduction for my video series on muscular hypertrophy. We'll be doing a series of 10 different videos for my internship at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. And the main topic is going to be muscular hypertrophy. So we'll look at different things for training techniques, methods of recovery, nutrition, that kind of thing. And there'll be a total of 10 videos, about 10 minutes in length for each one, looking at different studies as well to support the things that I'm doing in the gym. And each video will be a little bit different. Here we go.
Hi everybody, today we're starting a discussion of the influence of interset stretching on strength, flexibility, and hormonal adaptations. This article, authored by Antonio Claudio Souza in the Journal of Human Kinetics, looks at the influence of interset stretching on strength, flexibility, and hormonal adaptations. Our goal again is to look at different studies that are investigating different techniques that influence muscle hypertrophy, so muscle gain. And this is another technique, stretching between exercises, that may help increase strength gains, increase muscle size, and help with gaining overall muscle. So we'll scroll down here a little bit. The introduction, I won't read it to you in full, but it does read here: the combinations of different types of stretching modes on athletic performance have been previously studied. All of these studies, with the exception of the study at Dalrymple, observed a decrease in explosive sport skills such as sprinting and vertical jumps. However, the 2010 study did not explain the influence of the two different stretching models, passive and dynamic stretching, on counter movement jump. So all that's saying is, looking at past studies, it has been shown in the past that stretching may adversely impact performance of an athlete, but that is not what we're concerned about when looking at interset stretching for muscle hypertrophy. This study specifically, over here in the materials and methods, I'll explain it to you just a little bit. The initial sample was 16 trained men, so trained males. They had to be trained for at least 24 months with a weekly frequency of 3 days, and they agreed not to perform any other types of physical activity than the training in the study. They needed to be free from any condition that would influence the collection or interpretation of data, and be free from the intake of ergogenic aids such as, for example, steroids or something like that, as to not adversely impact the quality of the study. They were assigned into two groups. 8 men did regular strength training, and 8 men did static stretches in between sets. Really quick, what are static stretches? It is just a stretch that is going to have the muscle stretched in one position and held for a period of time, about 20 to 30 seconds between sets. So for example, if in this study they were performing a movement like the squat, they would perform a quad stretched in between working sets, so that their performance could be compared to the other 8 men that were not performing any interset stretching. They measured lots of different things. This is a table here, shows age, height, body mass, body fat percentage, and BMI of the individuals. Looked at blood levels, cortisol, stress hormone levels. They did a discussion here of the training protocol, so I'll look at that a little bit for you. The sessions for all the groups were 3 weekly sessions on alternate days for a total of 24 sessions. and all 16 of the subjects completed the study, so that is great quality for this study. One thing to mention is the definition of trained. It's kind of a loose definition, so someone may consider themselves trained but may not actually be as trained as another individual, so that's just something to keep in mind. The order for strength training is mentioned in this section as well. So it was BP, LE, LR, LC, SP, and LP. Those are just abbreviations for different exercises in the sessions. Before each session, the subjects executed a specific warm-up involving 15 reps with 50% of the load used in the first and second exercises of the sequence. Interval of 2 minutes rest between sets, and for the 8 men that were included in the static stretching group, the stretches were done during this time. Let's move over to the results section, the strength results. The results obtained show an intra-class coefficient of the SSG group, the static stretch group. All of these are, this group did show increases in strength, increases in muscle size. It says a paired sample t-test was performed and did not demonstrate any significant difference between the 8 rep max tests on separate testing occasions. So between the groups, they both increased in strength, but they did not show a significant difference between the groups, meaning that there may not be a measurable enough difference between the two groups to argue that this type of training using static stretches between the exercise sets may not be effective enough, but it did not perform less effectively than the standard group. Here's a table of strength results at baseline and post-training situation on 8 rep max testing. So they measured quite a few different things. Some things had large differences, some had very small differences like shoulder flexion. And then here they have flexibility tests, they have hormones. But overall, this study is a great discussion of whether or not interset stretching is going to be effective. Another great video for you guys to watch is done online. If you just search on YouTube, interset stretching for muscle gain. Jeff Nippert has an awesome video explaining a little bit more about it. I would argue myself that it will be effective. Interset stretching will be effective for individuals who want to spend less time in the gym. It will help increase blood flow to the muscles that you're trying to target, increase flexibility of those muscles as well, and in doing so, that may help with performance in the gym. Overall, this study is a great resource for us to look at, showing that although statistically it may not be shown that there is a great difference between a static stretching interset static stretching group and a classical trained group, but that there are some additional or other benefits to training in this type of way. Please come back next week and watch my next discussion video on a different topic regarding muscle hypertrophy. Have it posted sometime later next week, and thanks for watching.